technological advances shouldn't eliminate the privacy.
I really enjoy arguing the law and finding different ways to argue a case that most people would find is only one-sided, but if you're good at arguing, you can find a way to argue it both ways.
The case involves a hypothetical involving a tenured law professor who's convicted of violating a federal statute.
He moderated and allowed the communications threatening the life of the president through use of a chat room. The case is pretty simple and yet really complex.
Our strategy is really just mostly sweat. We start early and we work hard. We do a lot of practice and we have really great coaches.
Part of their strategy is when we go to a tournament, we will get no question that we haven't heard before.
Here's what the First Amendment says: Congress may pass no law respecting the abridgment of speech. And when you're arguing for the government, your next line after that is, however, the First Amendment is not absolute.
Students will have to argue the petitioner's side, the professor who's been convicted on making threats on the life of the president, in another round arguing for the government. And so it forces students to think from both perspectives.
I think in this room collectively we have enough brain power to light the city of Orlando for a night.
We have 52 teams in total from around the country. The top 13 teams of our tournament have automatic bids to nationals.
Is a summary of Fourth Amendment, First Amendment case law, and the various arguments that they might hear from either side.
Okay.
And then that's it.
We have 8 UCF teams. They paired off with a fellow teammate. Then we started meeting to discuss questions that the judges might ask, to run through their arguments.
Let me challenge you a little bit on the subjective expectation of privacy.
Yes. Some of the schools that we have coming down to our tournament are the best in the country at Moot Court. Moot Court is a staple of the law school experience. It's oral advocacy involving appellate issues in front of a panel of judges, much like debate would be.
And what we loved about mock trial was just a legal advocacy, but that's has a lot of theatrics with it as well. And what Moot Court offers is, I think, the same type of advocacy, but with a higher brow legal requirement.